the shadow decks off the table, and he has to put that dragon deck against the blood deck.
I definitely think that that's probably the way you want to go. Give yourself 2 rolls with the Dragoncraft deck, because there is a world I can feel where the Swordcraft doesn't quite get the curve that it wants, and you're barely able to survive on Dragoncraft. And once Dragoncraft hits those late game cards, it gets really difficult for Swordcraft, I feel like.
And it's going to be spmart choosing his sword deck and eXodium choosing his shadow deck. This is the first game of the finals. We'll see who can take this first game, shadow or sword.
Deliberating on the mulligan, and both players are going to keep.
Both players keeping their full mulligans with no 1-drops.
First turn goes to Swordcraft again, but no 1-drop play. And that extra body on the board is actually so important in this particular tempo. Now he gets the quick
Now he gets the 1-drop. Maybe next turn if he wants to do sword swing and then the quick blader, that would be a great turn. If eXodium plays the mummy, which he does.
Yeah. He's going to be able to do 3 and eliminate the mummy. There it is.
And so for next turn, that leaves eXodium with his Attendant of Night. Or Zombie Party? No, you've got to play Attendant of Night. Yeah, that's the most optimal
It's really
play
uncomfortable. A very awkward turn, because the Attendant of Night cannot attack. It can't board clear.
Right. There's no board clear in the hand. He's got Zombie Party, but that's his full turn right there. And that still leaves...
Though, I almost think that that's worth it, because do you expect this game to go to 7 points?
Right. spmart is definitely going to try to... There's the Novice Trooper. He's going to try to do as much damage to face as he can.
Yeah. The big problem I feel like playing Party is that it doesn't stop the situation that you're in, right? The Evolve comes first for eXodium.
He could use Soul Conversion if he wants to get rid of the Attendant of Night and get a Lich on his side of the field.
Maybe Evolve?
Catacomb into Evolve.
What are you hiding inside?
That's a pretty good turn.
That's a pretty good turn. There's still 2 followers on the side of spmart.
I like that he evolved the Catacomb.
Right. Yeah, that was a good value there. He knew the Catacomb would stay alive, and he's still going to summon a zombie when he dies. Both of them are.
Now the wards are actually going to slow down eXodium by quite a bit, and continue to be put under pressure here. The first Evolve Orb going to be spent on board clear.
This is a good trade from spmart. He's going to be able to get rid of all the followers, so even if eXodium draws another Catacomb, it's not going to have a great effect. He does have a Soul Squasher. That's going to be able to get rid of the Grimnir.
As well as you could board clear if you spend the Evolve.
Right. Or Phantom Howl if you want to try to even out that face damage. There's a lot of options. eXodium quite frankly, has a lot more cards in his hand than spmart.
Yeah.
There's a lot more options playing in his
this is the
favor.
thing about playing aggro, right? You play out your hand really fast.
Right, there's that one turn where eXodium was able to clear the board and keep himself alive and mitigate a lot of the damage that spmart was trying to do.
Also needing to spend the Evolve on Grimnir and not earning himself face damage.
Right. And now spmart is going to have to deal with the Reaper on the field.
What's the card to be drawn here? It's going to be Albert.
Still not a perfect curve. Even if you were to draw Tsubaki, not going to have great effect. There's no follower with 5 attack. He's
very quickly ran out of options.
Yeah, he's going for face is tough. Clearing the board is tough because Shadow Reaper's just getting stronger. You don't know what eXodium has in his hand if you're in the shoes of spmart. He could have Cerberus, but he is sitting pretty at 19 health, so he's got a few turns. It's difficult for Shadowcraft to do 19 damage in one turn.
The real danger is if Cerberus pops up at any point in time.
Right.
And especially once we're getting towards that 7 play point zone, if you can't wipe the board and Cerberus pops up, it's very easy to just play Cerberus and then start swinging and buffing up, and you could end up finding yourself dead.
The snowball starts rolling down the hill, and that's a lot of damage.
And especially with Phantom Howl, unless he can put Exodium into a situation where, and I think this is probably why the Evolve is coming down here. Maybe face, yeah. And I agree with his choice, because unless he can really put the Shadowcraft player in danger of dying and constantly swinging at cards rather than face.
Right, he knows it's turn 6. He knows Death's Breath could come out, but he doesn't have enough shadows for ward. So either way, next turn it's going to be really difficult for Exodium to mitigate a lot of the damage coming out. He's going to have to get rid of the Albert because he doesn't know if Alwedas is going to be drawn or any other Stormfall elements.
Going to evolve the Mummy.
And so that's a lot of resources spent to get rid of the Albert.
Going to get 6 damage here. And you're getting really close. I like the use of the Lurching Corpse. A second Albert comes up, but 3 damage is not quite enough. Double ward. That's it. The next turn is 8. And at 7 with no Evolve Orbs, spmart just needs 1 tick of damage. That Quick Blader on turn 1 could have done that 1 damage.
That could have been it. Man, trading the Lurching Corpse into Grimnir would be nice, because then Orthrus as the next card would have done 2 damage to either of them. Playing Ector, obviously very good. I think because Lurching Corpse attacking would destroy both of them. Attacking one would destroy it, and then it would randomly destroy the only remaining follower, and then you could go for face for 10 damage.
Yep. Has 10 damage, no play points to kind of assist that any further. Doesn't have any Evolve Orbs, but does not leave spmart in a good situation. Oh no. Of course, the Lurching Corpse for the trade means that the Shadow Reaper got just a little bit more.
And that's going to be Exodium taking the first game of the finals.
Yeah, there's no
With
way
Albert
out of this situation.
Yeah. Albert's going to be able to take out the Soul Reaper, and then the turn coming back to Exodium.
Out of cards, out of options, out of the game. And so Exodium is able to stifle the pressure from Swordcraft. And it's very important for Swordcraft to continuously draw into that curve, because you can see how quickly they dry out. And especially that curve did not include any kind of cards that would fish options for you as well.
Right.
Didn't see a Luminous Mage. I mean, the Maid Leader would have helped that situation a little bit. Drawing into the Alberts earlier I don't think would have really helped.
And going into the second game, now Exodium has to play his Dragon deck. And it's going to give spmart the perfect opportunity to play his Blood deck.
And he's going to do it. So down 1.
We'll see if the Blood deck can do what it's done so many times today.
A fairly good hand here. Oh, gets another Zell for a Zell. A single Blood Wolf for spmart.
Exodium's got some ramp and some healing. He's going to need that. But even then, we've seen that even when the Dragon ramps, it might not be enough. Because spmart's going to be doing damage to himself and tons of damage to the side of Exodium as well.
Gets the 2. Has Curve. Dragon Oracle.
With Rahab next turn, that's great.
And of course, because spmart is going first, it's not really a situation where he can play Belphegor Evolve.
Right.
Which was a really great way to get rid of Rahab.
But still, Belphegor is going to give the Devil of Vengeance the opportunity to attack this turn as well.
There it is. Devil of Vengeance. Trading in the Wolf as well.
And now Exodium is in a really tough spot. He doesn't. He's 1 play point shy of
pretty
having
much draw or evolve Zell.
Yep.
Breath of Salamander. Zell evolve.
That clears the board, which is great. That mitigates a lot of the aggression on from the side of spmart. But there's still the Dark Air Jammer next turn.
Yep. the Dark Airjammer could very well pull the third Blood Wolf, or get the 1/4 ward. Urius,
Double Urius. Wow. We'll see what this draw is going to be for eXodium. It's going to be Grimnir. He's going to have to heal up. But that's still
another
5.
Lightning Blast. I'm not sure. I mean, the double Grimnir
He's
might
not going to get
slow
the
him
chance
down.
to use it.
Yeah. Blood Wolf has the Storm. This is a very tense situation here.
Absolutely. Every
He's gonna evolve.
attack damage. He wants to get that 1 damage to face. He needs to bring him down. He's already at 19 health.
Your tragedy has begun.
Oh, give it an Light's Storm. There it is, Demon Commander. And we were talking about that earlier today, the difference between the Demon Commander as well as the Dark General, where one will gain Storm itself and one can give Storm.
He's got 2 wards, but still with Dance of Death, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think spmart is going to be able to take this next turn.
Time and time and time again, the Bloodcraft deck shows itself to be too fast-paced for eXodium for Dragoncraft in general to really stand up. I mean, even playing a Grimnir is going to hurt.
Right. He does have an Evolve point. That's going to be 1 follower off the table. The 2 damage from Urius does not feel good.
You're going to want to go for, if you do evolve Grimnir to try to remove, you're going to want to go for the Luriel. But then...
Or the Airjammer, because that can still be evolved. He does have 1 Evolve point.
That's very true. The Airjammer would technically mitigate most of the damage. But he's going to go for the Luriel. And so there's 8 damage available right here, but Dance of Death, oh! The Evolve doesn't need it. Doesn't need it.
There it is.
Bloodcraft finishes it out. spmart. So many aggressive options, and of course Dance of Death continues to demonstrate why it's one of the best cards in the game. Now it's up to Swordcraft.
Right.
I feel like the Bloodcraft deck is very consistent.
It's very consistent.
Right.
There's, looking at the curve, there's almost no way that the draw can work against you. You're almost always getting exactly what you need for the early 2, 3, 4 plays.
But is the story the same for Swordcraft? I mean, this can even hurt in some ways because eXodia got kind of a good hand for himself as well.
Right.
I mean, maybe he could have had... What do you do? He even had a great board clear in the middle. But still, the combination of Airjammer as well as double Urius just kind of really punishing you for dropping any kind of ward. There's not really a good way, I feel like, to stop the momentum that was coming from spmart in that particular situation. I think he played Blood again by accident.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, he won with Blood.
A little the wrong deck, so we'll wait and see what the admin decision is. Needs to play a Swordcraft deck, and that's really tough because in many ways that kind of disrupts the flow of the game because you see the